everyone. Today I'm talking with Eugene Choi of Dunham and Associates. Dunham offers a trust trilogy which consists of an IRA charitable trust, an IRA replacement trust, and a special situations trust. Most people know how the first two trusts work. I wanted to focus on the special situations trust. If you don't feel comfortable giving all of the assets in your IRA or 401k or even your non-qualified assets to your kids on day one because they don't know how to manage money well, here's a good way to put guardrails on your trust with a lot of flexibility. Let's get right into it. Eugene, can you tell me what a special situations trust is?
Sure. So a special situations trust is a trust specifically for that, special situations. And so if we're using an IRA as an example, let me give you a personal story. My friend's name is Rachel. Let's call her Rachel. Okay. Her father had a very large IRA and tragically passed away all of a sudden because of some heart conditions. And Rachel was the beneficiary of his IRA. And so Rachel received a very, very large lump sum in an inherited IRA. She wasn't very good with money, and she lives in Nashville. And this was a couple of years ago when the Nashville housing market was booming. It still is. But she decided to take out all of the assets out of that IRA and buy a house. Now, great, she has a house, but she wasn't aware of the financial repercussions of taking out all of those assets on the day one, because that put her into a tax bracket where the next year when she filed taxes, had an extremely hard time dealing with that. And she was super stressed out and it wasn't a good situation. And so a special situations trust allowed or can allow Rachel's dad to be able to say, you know what, I want to put guardrails on my IRA assets. My daughter, Rachel, is still going to be the beneficiary, but I'm a little worried that she's not so good with money, or let's say she had substance abuse issues or gambling issues. And so I only want my IRA assets to be used to pay for my kids' mortgage if they own a home. Okay. And if they don't, I want her to only be able to take out $1,000 a month or something like that. And then at the end of the inherited IRA timeframe, then you obviously can take out everything. But it puts guardrails for IRA owners to be able to decide how they want their money to be disposed of for their beneficiaries.
What are some other ways we can use a special situations trust?
So special situations trust is as creative as the owner of the trust wants to be able to get. So again, what we're doing is we're changing the beneficiary of an IRA to the special situations trust. Let's say I have 3 kids. One of them had special needs. One of them had gambling issues, and another one was fine. She was my golden daughter, right? Golden child. She's super awesome. And so with a special situations trust, I have the flexibility to say, for my son with special needs, I want to make sure that he's protected and that he doesn't lose his government benefits. That can easily be written in a special situations trust. The second individual that had gambling problems and my other son, I can say, you know what? I don't want my son to be able to get any money. All that I want to be able to provide that I'm giving to him is these assets can only pay for his utility bills. And I got his utility bills for the rest of his assets, however long they last. My third daughter, that is really good with money. She's a golden child. Give her $3,000 a month. She can do whatever she wants with it. I don't care. You can give it to her for free. Give it to her like no holds bars. Mm-hmm. And so that's what a special situations trust is. It gives the owner the ability to control the assets from the grave, to protect their loved ones from themselves. And you can put provisions with individuals with special needs on there. And so there's a lot of flexibility with what you can do in a special situations trust.
All right, Eugene. So if a client is interested in doing something like this, what is the process like?
So the process is extremely simple. It's the client meets with you, Paul. You guys fill out a client questionnaire to write down their wishes and needs, send it to us at Dunham Trust Company. We will give us some time. We're going to send you an adoption agreement with all of the information on there. Mm-hmm. And if it looks good to you and the client, you write us a check and we send you the trust document in about a week. And then you change the beneficiary to the trust and you're done.
Okay. Are there any restrictions?
So no, it's all we're doing is changing the beneficiary of an IRA or your non-retirement account. And so This special situations trust is revocable. And let's say 10, 15 years down the line, you wanted to change your mind and you said, you know what? I don't want to put guardrails on these anymore for my children. They got their life together. I trust them. I want to just give it to them and I want them to be able to enjoy it. Just change the beneficiaries back to the children. And all we're doing, because we're changing the beneficiary during your lifetime, you use the IRA as you normally would. You still take out your RMDs. You can still take out more principal and do whatever you want and go on vacations and buy whatever you want. And it's only at your death does this trust take into effect.
I want to thank Eugene Choi of Dunham for taking time out of his day to help explain what a special situations trust is. The Trust Trilogy is another value add we can offer our clients at a very affordable price, especially when compared to an estate planning attorney. It's important to note, I am not paid on any of these trusts, but I am paid on a fee basis for the money that I manage inside of the trust. All right, that's it for this one. If you would like to know more about the Dunham Trust Trilogy, please don't hesitate to give us a call.